Boy, some weeks these assholes just make it easy for me. The real challenge this week was trying to decide which powerful rape apologists to include and which to leave out. We'll start in West Virginia, where Republican state lawmaker David Gutman took to the lectern to support a statewide 20-week abortion ban, where he started off by admitting that sure, rape is awful, but, quote, what is beautiful is the child that can come from this, end quote. Needless to say, his description of government-mandated rape baby as a consolation prize rubs some people the wrong way, but the good news is that it shines a spotlight on this bill. It passed the West Virginia legislature last year, but it was vetoed by the state's governor. Assuming this meant that it wasn't restrictive enough, state Republicans removed all the exceptions for rape and incest and tried again. But say what you will about court-ordered inbred rape spawn, at least it's ideologically consistent. Utah State Representative Brian Green can't hide behind that excuse, and is thus desperately apologizing for the suggestion that raping one's unconscious spouse is somehow a legally sanctioned activity. In a statement remarkable for its oblivious candor, Green parsed the gray area between consent and not actively fighting back when he incredulously exposed the following loophole during a debate over expanding the state's definition of rape. Quote, if an individual has sex with their wife while she's unconscious, a prosecutor could then charge that spouse with rape, theoretically, end quote. And just to prove that he wasn't just pointing out a really obvious thing for rhetorical purposes, he then added, that makes sense in a first date scenario, but to me, not where people have a history of years of sexual activity, end quote. So yes, Mr. State Lawmaker who doesn't know how rape works, let me explain this to you. If you fuck your unconscious wife in such a way that she later files rape charges against you, that's because you raped her, you dick. Although, judging by the frenetic apology tour you're on right now, I'm guessing I'm not the first to explain that to you. I just hope your wife's putting a car alarm on her pajamas now. But sometimes you don't need to endorse rape to be a raging asshole about it. Sometimes it's just about who you blame. Take Missouri gubernatorial hopeful Catherine Hanaway, who suggests that perhaps the real reason we have rapists is because feminism. After explaining the real war on women is the one that encourages women to make their own choices about sex and reproduction, she went on to blame the poverty of single mothers on the culture of permissiveness exemplified by condoms and abortions. That's right, people. Condoms and abortions are causing single mothers. But as if that wasn't enough, she went on to explain how rape, particularly child rape, is caused by gay rights. Because if we keep letting the gays fuck each other, what's to stop everyone from fucking everything? Or something like that. Who knows how her head works. So yes, it's been a week so crammed with misogyny that I actually had to leave out the story about the woman who got fired for breastfeeding, then had her EEOC case thrown out of court because technically men can also lactate, so it wasn't sexist. Yep, that happened, and I can prove it. And if these damned Republicans would shut up about how awesome rape babies are for 7 days, maybe I'll get a chance to talk about it next week. But until then, I'll hand things back over to Noah and Heath.